here on the Northtown Automotive Extra Point Show. Welcome in today to a Buffalo Football Victory Monday. Sal Capaccio with you here. We are live on WGR's YouTube page and Twitter stream. I'm sorry, the Twitch stream, excuse me. And want to say hi to everybody who's coming into the chat today. Got the Victory Monday shirt on. Got the Victory Monday vibes going on. Of course, we got Dilemma. We got Bill inside. We got Hot Dirt. Of course, AC Man, Mr. Grumpy. Don't be grumpy today. Steve Moore is in there. Johnny Thunder is in there. J Bud is in there. Shepard, Kelvin Shepard. Shepard Kelvin, I guess. Who else? Nick and Depew. Thank you very much. So thank you. Buffalo Motivated, like that screen name. That's cool. Walter. I wonder if that's Walter in Toronto. He's called up a lot. We got Coach Chris inside as well. I always like to recognize the chat box early on to let you know that I am here. We are watching. I see you. You guys keep the chat rolling. I'll keep the phone calls rolling. We'll talk about what happened yesterday inside Highmark Stadium. So much to get to. So much to get to today. Because there were just a lot of tentacles to this game, right? I mean, the Bills win the game over the New York Jets by a score of 35-8. A weird way to get to it. I looked right away. Scoregami. It was not Scoregami. There were like 4 other games that ended 35-8. But did you see? Oh, and do you ever go and check the Scoregami? Have you ever done? I know. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I like to check it because I think it's always interesting, and it happens so much more than I expected.
Well, did you see yesterday that if the Bills had scored another touchdown, it would have been Scoregami?
It would have, right?
42-8 is Scoregami.
Right.
35-8 is not Scoregami.
Exactly.
There was like 4 other games. So if you don't know what Scoregami is, it's a unique score. It's like a score that's never happened in NFL history. While the score yesterday, 35-8, did happen in NFL history. Most recently. By the way, the most recent game before it was the Bills against the Dolphins several years ago, apparently.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that game.
That was what I read. So yesterday's game, though, 35-8. And, of course, we need to talk about yesterday's game because I think that there's a lot of kudos that have to be given out to the backup players and the players who played on the field and how all of that worked. But we also need to give space today to Highmark Stadium and the send-off yesterday, and how it went down throughout the day yesterday. And I'd like to do that in whatever capacity you want. And, of course, we're going to look forward to the Jacksonville Jaguars game. We know now the Bills are playing the Jaguars Sunday at 1 p.m. How do you feel about that? You can make today's show about yesterday and your feelings about the stadium. You can make today's show about what you saw on the field and the play of the team yesterday. You can make today's show about a look ahead to the Jacksonville Jaguars or whatever else you want here on a Buffalo Football Monday. It's your show. It's a Monday reaction extra point show here on WGR Sports Radio 550. I always say the Monday show is about you. It's not about me. We take calls. I give you the forum. I give you the platform. I give you the floor to say what you want to say. So let's do that today. I'll start with personally saying how much yesterday meant to me, and I know many of you, being inside that stadium for one final run, one final time. We think there is a chance the Bills could play an AFC Championship game at home against the LA Chargers in a couple of weeks, but a lot would really have to fall right, obviously, for the Bills to win and the Chargers to win a couple of games. It was a really good send-off. As far as endings are concerned, last time in a building is concerned, final games, it was a really good send-off. Great job by everybody involved. And I mean from the stadium operations to security to Bills staff. It didn't matter. It's Bills staff, Highmark staff, everybody. And, of course, you, the fans. It seemed like, I mean, maybe there was an incident or two, and I don't know, of course. There's 65,000 people there, but well-behaved crowd, enjoying it, enjoying the moment. People didn't want to leave. They stayed after the game, watching a video set to the Goo Goo Dolls Iris, showing highlights of the stadium and players who've played at the stadium for many years. And you know what was really cool about yesterday? I referenced many times on the radio the last few weeks 51-3, right? 1990 AFC Championship game, 51-3. And what I always say about 51-3, you know this, I've said it many times. It was 41-3 at halftime. It was a party in the second half. We all knew the Bills were going to the Super Bowl. People just enjoyed it. They just enjoyed it. And really, kind of the closest thing we've had since then was the perfect game against the Patriots, where it was just a party in the second half. Everybody knew the Bills were beating and burying the Patriots, putting that nail in the coffin. It's their division now. Here we go. And people just reveled in it. And I think yesterday was very similar. There was no stress yesterday going into the game. Even if the Bills had lost, it would have been a nice day at the stadium to say, you know what, so what? They lost. They're still going to the playoffs. But that wasn't the case. They came out and just put it to the New York Jets very quickly. I mean, it's 21-0 with 5 minutes left before halftime, and you're like, okay. It's 14-0 early in the second quarter. The Jets can't do anything. Jets had 9 yards of offense in the first quarter, I believe. And we just were able to enjoy the moment for what it should be. Enjoy it for Highmark Stadium. Yes, would the ideal situation would have been the Bills were playing for the 1 seed. They were playing for a division title. Of course. But that wasn't how it played out. The set of circumstances that were presented were you're playing at home one last game, and it doesn't mean anything in the standings. Yes, for seeding. And a lot of these guys are going to play who don't normally play. Go have fun with it. And we did. And everybody did. And it was great. And the Bills deserve a lot of credit for how they treated it off the field and how they played on the field. I mean, Mitch Trubisky was terrific. 22 of 29 for 259 and 4 touchdowns. I mean, that's a Josh Allen plus stat line, basically. That's Josh when he's on a heater. Ray Davis, 151 yards rushing. The defense, with 9 defensive starters not playing, just completely shut down. Yes, an anemic Jets offense. I get it. But you're playing backups everywhere. The offensive line was all backups, basically, except for Osiris Torrance, who played the whole game. And they didn't get a sniff of Mitch Trubisky. I have never seen a stat line, this year at least, I guess. Maybe I don't really remember anyone ever, where the defensive team had 0 sacks and 0 quarterback hurries. That happened yesterday. So I give everybody full marks, lots of credit. Check out Arrow Up, Arrow Down at WGR550.com. The only arrows down I gave for the game, number 1, 2 4th and shorts that they didn't convert. Got to convert those. I know Josh Allen's not in the game. I know it's a different offensive line. You still got to run for 1 yard in those situations. They didn't. Okay. They also converted a couple other 4th downs. The reason they had to go for the 4th downs, basically, no kicker, Matt Prater. That's my other arrow down. Injuries. Matt Prater and Max Hairston. And I know a lot of people are upset. Why is Max Hairston playing? They had 2 boundary corners because you weren't going to play Christian Benford. And I know you could put somebody else out there, but really, you have no other options. The guys you want to put out there are already playing other positions because they're filling in for the guys you also are resting. I think it's a tough situation. And obviously, it could really hurt the Bills next week not having Max Hairston. It could really hurt not having Matt Prater. We'll see where that goes. Sean McDermott speaks today at 4 p.m. We'll find out more. And then, of course, you have the Jacksonville Jaguars next week. Your thoughts on that? We're doing it all today on the Northtown Automotive Extra Point Show here on a Buffalo Football Monday on WGR. Let's go to, and let's start with, let's see where we're going for. Steven down in Florida. Hi, Steven. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Sal. Victory Monday for I got so much more to say, but I'll try to keep this brief. So, first of all, I'm not sure, but I think if you look this up, for the Bills' top 10 games as far as the margin by which they won, I think this one would end up being in the top 10. I was really hoping that they were going to blank the Jets, but I knew it was going to be a blowout. But I wanted to say that I think it's no coincidence, and it's so ironic. The Bills' very first regular season game in Rich Stadium, they beat the Jets 9-7. Mm-hmm. Their last regular season game, they also beat the Jets, but by a huge margin. So that's great. Also, I wanted to say last night I was following closely the game between the Steelers and the Ravens. The main thing I was concerned about was Henry. And as far as I know, he didn't catch James Cook. Taylor didn't catch Cook yesterday. So kudos to Cook for taking the rushing title. He deserves it. The $48 million was well spent on him. And also wanted to say I do share your concern about Matt Prater. I hope he's okay, as well as Max Hairston. We don't need any major injuries going into this playoff game. And also want to say, man, I loved seeing Josh Allen on the sideline. with the big smile on his face. That was just great, with the headset on. And one last thing I want to say. I want to give major kudos and recognition to you, to Chris Brown, and to Eric Wood. You guys have done a stupendous job all season long with calling these games. Of course, even Murph, nobody can take the place of the voice of the Buffalo Bills, Van Miller. So, but this was a great send-off with the last game, and I also wanted to say.
Okay, yep, okay. I got to go, Steven. You keep saying one more. Wait, let make it real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say my mom and my brothers both had passed away. They were huge Bills fans. They would have loved to have seen this game yesterday.
Well, I'm glad I gave you this space to say that. I'm glad you did, but I do have a lot more calls, so I appreciate that. Thank you, and I'm sure there were many people like you that had a lot of people in their thoughts yesterday for sure. Thank you for the kind words as well. Let's go to Clarence. Josh is up next. Hi, Josh.
Hey, Sal. Good morning.
Yep.
I'm calling regarding Josh Palmer. I'm just kind of wondering, I was a little surprised to see him active yesterday. I thought with his injuries throughout the year, maybe they let him rest as well. That makes me wonder if maybe he's losing favor with this offense and with the coaches, and maybe they're thinking Brandon Cooks, Gabe Davis, and Khalil Shakir might be their go-to three guys for the postseason. Just want to get your thoughts on that.
I think it was probably more for the fact that Brandon Cooks is a little bit older, and they probably wanted to back off on him a little bit. It's a colder day. You probably want to make sure that he's good to go. I get it, though, with Josh Palmer. He has not been as productive as this year as you'd like to see. Now, that being said, Gabe Davis isn't actually that old. He's only 26. Gabe Davis played 70 of 75 snaps yesterday. Holy cow. Very surprising to me. Keon Coleman, 61 of 75. Josh Palmer, though, did play 63. So Gabe Davis, Josh Palmer, Keon Coleman. I do think Khalil Shakir is their guy that they want to make sure, he's obviously fully healthy. That's why he didn't even return punts. He didn't play at all. And then you have, obviously, Dalton Kincaid. And his, I was surprised by him getting the number of snaps he did, but how efficient was he in 10 snaps? Even 10, I was surprised at. 3 catches, 41 yards. Nice day for him. Let's go to Jim in Cleveland. Hi, Jim. You're on WGR.
Hey, good morning. 2 things. I just drove by the stadium, and I just had this flash moment that part of the grief and the sorrow and the sadness is the Bills are growing up. Like, we're going from that little thing on the left, that thing that's built in the ground with 6 light poles, to the big boy stadium. And it just struck me as, like, that's part of the sorrow, right? The Bills are growing up. We're moving across the street to the house that Josh built. But more importantly, we like to give games names, 13 seconds, the snow game, right? Just all that kind of stuff. This was Mitch's perfect game. Like, we're going to penalize him. It's
the Mitch Trubisky game. It's the Mitch Trubisky game, right? Unfortunately, though, Jim, you're right. But because of Highmark, it's going to be the Highmark Stadium game. It's going to be the finale game. That's what it is. You know what I mean?
I know. We didn't punt. We didn't kick a field goal, and you can't hold him accountable for, like, 4th and 2 on the goal line. Like,
yeah, right. No, I get it. He really was good. Actually, I give a lot of credit to Joe Brady for the game plan he built for Mitch Trubisky yesterday. I mean, I thought it was really masterful, and a great job by the O-line to protect him. There's no doubt about that. So, yeah, good points on that. I mean, Ray Davis was great yesterday. Ray Davis had 151 yards rushing yesterday. His previous high was 97 in a game. I mean, to be able to spell James Cook and have that ability to run for 150 yards and have that game is really nice, especially when Ty Johnson was a bit banged up. He did go back in the game. That was an injury to watch as well. But he did go back in the game, which was good news. You didn't want to put James Cook back in. Oh, yeah. Steven, on Steven's point when he called from Florida. Yes, James Cook did win the rushing title last night. 1,621 yards rushing. It looked like Derrick Henry was going to catch him, but he had a poor second half statistically, and he never got there. So he finishes number 1, 1,621. And how about Ray Davis? Ray Davis finishes the season as the number 1 kick returner in the league in yards per return. He's the only kick returner in the entire NFL with over 30 yards of return, and he actually had quite a few returns. It's not like he did it on a small sample size. So really great job there as well. And it's a Chris Tabor stat, too, the special teams coordinator, for finding that role and finding the way to unlock Ray Davis, if you will, in that regard. Let's go down to Florida again. Dave is up next. Hi, Dave.
How you doing, Sal?
Good,
hey,
thanks.
Just a couple things. just want to thank you and this crew there for what you guys did with the lead up to the last game. I mean, you guys did an awesome job of bringing the emotion in, and I thoroughly enjoyed hearing all the stories from all the people of their favorite moments and stuff like that. My wife got pissed at me this week because I had my earbuds on so much and stuff like that. This was a great show, great way to, close it out. And I wanted to just share my favorite memory. It came up a lot was when the goalpost came down. My brother and I were in the upper deck, and we were at the rail. And when they heaved it up into the upper deck, my brother and I were the first two guys that grabbed the thing and started pulling it up. But then the crowd mashed us into the pole. We couldn't even move. And we looked at each other, just started laughing hysterically as the pole kept sliding up. It was hilarious. And just really excited about the season. I thought McDermott did an outstanding job with what he had to work with this year. So all the boo birds are on his, case. Go away. That guy did an amazing job. The whole team, the whole coaching staff did an amazing job this year. So I'm just stoked.
You got it, Dave. I think because of the defense and the injuries they had and the way it started off this year, obviously the defense and the run game, especially against the run, and hasn't been great all year, against the run. They've even had leaky run defense later in the year, but, man, they have had to patch it together, and I think the defensive staff has done a really good job in that regard, and I agree with you. Let's go to Joe in Florida. Hi, Joe. This is our third call from Florida this morning where the Bills will be on Sunday. What's up, Joe?
I was going to say, from your old stomping grounds here in Charlotte County.
Oh, I love it.
Down here, my friend.
Oh, thank you. No, thank you. I miss my friends down there. I have some friends actually down there who are Bills fans will be coming up to Jacksonville. You going to the game?
I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to figure out a way. I play in a band, and I got a gig Saturday night, but I'm thinking about driving right up.
You make it work, baby. You can make it work. I love it.
I'll do it. Well, listen, I went to the I grew up on Grand Island, of course, but I went to the University of Georgia. After I got out of college, I got a job as a tour guide at Turner Field. And much like the Highmark Stadium, the old Atlanta Fulton County Stadium was right next door. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the tours, we would go to the top of the stadium, and I would point out that they have markers where the first base, second base, third base, and home plate is. And we also had a special marker where the ball landed from Hank Aaron's 715th home run. So hypothetically, I was thinking, where would you think we would have a marker at the old Highmark Stadium?
Where would
the greatest moment in Bills history in that stadium, basically.
Okay, which moment are you talking about then? I'm sorry. Which moment do you think should be memorized or memorialized?
I would think it would probably be where they spotted the ball before the final kick for the greatest comeback.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's right. I mean, there's so many to pick from, and you're right. Maybe that's the one. I don't know, but you could put a marker there. I guess I just don't know. And I've been to there, but I've seen that with Fulton County. You know what? Yankee Stadium does the same thing. Old Yankee Stadium is actually like a Little League field basically now, but it's in the exact same spot where the field was at Old Yankee Stadium. You know what I mean? Same thing in Atlanta.
Oh, really?
And same thing in Atlanta where they have the markings of the infield, and I've been there, and they have the markings where Hank Aaron's home run hit. So, yeah. The thing about it, though, Joe, is I don't know how that would work if they're going to tear down the stadium in that specific spot and all those. If they're going to tear down the stadium and what's going to go there. But I'm sure they can come up with something. That's a good thought. I like that. No doubt about it. Yeah, you got it, Joe. You got it. Well, listen, good luck in your gig, and then get up to Jacksonville, okay?
Okay, can I have one more question?
Yeah, go ahead.
For the other fans?
Yeah.
Hey, I asked your producer, whoever answered the phone, is there a way for us folks who weren't at the stadium to be able to see the videos that were shown on the screen yesterday?
Yeah, I believe you can go on YouTube and you can find either, I don't know if the Bills will post them themselves. Eventually they might, but you could probably get fans who shot it from their phone who posted. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, because I've seen that this morning already. And I would say the Bills probably will put that up at some point. I don't know if it's already up or it's on their website, but I would check YouTube and I'd check the Bills' website for that.
Okay, yeah, my Uncle Lorenzo was texting me from the game, and I was really jealous that I didn't get to see all that stuff.
Yeah, no, I totally get it, and it was well done yesterday. Thanks a lot, Joe. I appreciate it.
Take care, buddy. Bye-bye.
Yeah, you got it. Let's go to Billy in Toronto. Hi, Billy.
Hey, Sal. Yeah, what a way to end it. I mean, finally we get that, that early start. We blow them out early. We get to, just sit back and just watch the old stadium. Its last hurrah, but just a great game. It's really good to see Trubisky. I've always liked that guy. It's good to know that if, and God forbid it doesn't happen, if something happens to Josh, we'll take a step back, but Trubisky looked real good yesterday.
But
so,
you wanted Josh to play the whole game.
Yeah, I did. You're absolutely right. I did. And you know what? Here, I'll tell you what, Sal. You're gonna. I don't know if you're gonna hate me for this. I gotta say.
I would
this.
never hate you.
Well, no, but I'm gonna say something against Josh that I didn't like. You know, I'm a historian of sports. I love records. I know almost records in all of baseball, everything like that, and I cherish them. I really do. But for Josh to come in and take one snap and continue that streak, I don't like that at all. I think the streak ended yesterday. I really do.
But it didn't.
Yeah, no, I know, but I didn't like coming in and taking one snap and you keep a streak. You did nothing in that game, Josh. Nothing whatsoever to contribute to that game, and I don't think that the streak should continue. I think it should be looked into. That's all I got. Thanks.
Yeah, I think that's a weird take, to be quite honest with you. It's football. It's a very, very physical, violent sport. And if you want to compare it to baseball, I think you're completely off base. No pun intended. To start, whether you play one snap or 10 snaps or 55 or 70 snaps in a game of football, that many consecutive times speaks volumes about the toughness of somebody because of the kind of game it is. So, no, I don't hate you, but I think you're completely wrong. But that's okay. We're open to that here on the Northtown Automotive Extra Point Show on a Buffalo Football Monday. He also thought Josh should have played the whole game yesterday. Called up last week and said, I don't care, play Josh and just kill the Jets. Yeah. Can you imagine if Josh Allen played and we're dealing with an injury to him today? You're already dealing with Max Harrison and Matt Prater. Oh, no. Sorry. Can't get with that at all.